on the Xbox. Because that's where I throw the fetuses.
The game starts with the lowest quality JPEG logo I've ever seen, followed by the game saving my save game. After this, you know what? I don't know. You get no explanation on what's going on. It's been years since I've seen this movie, so if I had to guess, this is the ending of the movie that we're starting on. But Christ on a bike, how do you think that idea came up?
Okay, so how do we start this game? With the end.
Yeah, the game just throws you into the middle of a story and doesn't contextualize anything. You're breaking into a house for some reason, smashing up the garden for some reason, and then stealing food for some reason. This goes completely wrong, and then the game's second story begins with you having to go and steal more food for some reason. Either this game has no plot or Kojima wrote it.
We've got to stop him before every animal on Earth is capped.
Too late, I already capped my dog last night.
This was another game I remember playing for hours as a kid, and after revisiting this classic from my childhood, I don't get why. Not because it's a bad game or anything, but because it's so boring. What you have here is a basic beat 'em up with puzzles, if your idea of a puzzle is doing a big fart on a rat. You get given a dump truckload of levels here. Some of them are about 10 minutes, some of them are 90 seconds, and there are plenty of one-off minigame levels just like in Shark Tale. But the big difference here is the main game connecting these moments together. This isn't an underwater fit simulator. This is a 3D beat 'em up with extremely light platforming. You run painfully slowly, you jump, you hit things with one button, you have a special attack button that you need to build up, you can find armor to use and get extra weapons that last not very long, and you have no control over the camera, meaning that all the stages feel limited and extremely cramped to the point of making you go But like, it's not awful, it works, it looks fine, it's just so by the numbers it's upsetting, and there's absolutely no flourishes anywhere. Was there supposed to be sound there? There's no special transitions between the levels, there's no fancy animations on the text, and even during the game, none of the weapons feel like they have any oomph to them at all. Look, I'm just saying that if I'm playing as a skunk with a hammer, I want to feel it. I did it! I did it! Can you please take a step back? I can smell you from here.
Today's haul puts us over the edge.
Don't you mean over the hedge?
In fact, what was it that I said earlier?
Not because it's a bad game or anything.
Well, no, I take that back. This game sucks. The only thing it has going for it is beating up mammals, and often the game doesn't even require you to do that. Unless the objective tells you to, you can ignore everything everywhere and run by to the end of the stage, only to be greeted with,
We're all meeting at the end of the street. See you there.
The greatest lip syncing I think I've ever seen, so I'm gonna throw over the hedge, over the hedge. Okay, what have I got to look at next? I'm out of here, I'm gone. Thanks for everything, house. Satnav, please take me as far away as possible from over the hedge on the DS.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Why not?
Your destination is behind you.
This is Hammy Goes Nuts, an exclusive for the Nintendo DS. Featuring Hammy.
It's the best game!
Just when you thought it was safe to go back to the burbs, he saw you. And if that wasn't enough to turn you away, then maybe the most horrifying intro cutscene I've ever seen will. What's with this hairy meatloaf slowly and creepily nibbling away at this tree? I feel like I'm about to be jump scared. There are 3 save games already on this cartridge, and not a single one bothered to play the game past 0%, so now I'm very excited. Oh, and the music on these menus has really kicked up a gear. I'm starting to get hyped now. Do you want to know how Hammy did indeed go nuts? Well, I'll tell you. By controlling everyone else other than Hammy and doing exactly the same stuff as the Xbox version of the game, but without any fighting, running 3 times slower, while tapping on random objects with a touchscreen to make the animals vibrate, and while this man looks like a sheep! This game is just insipid. There's nothing to it. You drag yourself agonizingly slowly around the area like you're pulling a lawnmower backwards. You tap on an item to pick it up, wait for the game to show you exactly where you need to put the item, and that's it. This is a puzzle game where the puzzle is already solved. And if the game doesn't show you where to go, it's okay, because that means the item belongs less than a foot away from where it was supposed to be already. Hammy Goes Nuts for the DS is just like my pencil. There's no point. Why is it even called Hammy Goes Nuts? It's got nothing to do with Hammy on his own, or his nuts. Did they just use Hammy's name and face to sell copies? Was he the most marketable character? Do kids really like this face? Or the inside flesh of a squirrel's cheeks? I mean, fair enough, you control him to start with, but the story and objectives have nothing to do with him. The other characters control exactly the same way he does, and by the way, the game is about us working together to steal food because we don't have any, and yet none of the animals will bother to lift a finger until I give them snacks. We don't have any snacks, that's why we're here, you cretin!
Hey, does anybody remember Turbo? Hey! Hey, does anybody remember Turbo? The DreamWorks animated classic? Turbo? Well, they made a game about it. I don't know how to transition to it. Hi, I'm Barry, and if you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault,
Ah, look! It's Turbo. The snail.
Turbo. Super Stunt Squad, baby.
I need a parent.
I honestly don't care what any of this stuff does. It makes sense that this is a racing game, so let's just go straight into a tournament.
Tournament!
Jesus, where is my parent?
Right, so who do I pick here? Burn, Turbo, Whiplash, or Smooth Move? Are they Breets? This guy's the one, no question about it. Now for a more important question. Do I want bad stats, or bad stats with one stat that isn't as bad as the other stats? Yeah, I think I'll go with that one. I'm on the start line, I'm ready to go, and... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god! I've played some bad kart racing games in my time, but I honestly think this one may be the worst I've ever touched. Do I even need to explain why? Look at this splat. I'd prefer making an icicle out of my own piss and shoving it in my eye. One of the most important things you need to nail in any kart racer before anything is how it feels to drive. You can't be too realistic like it's a driving simulator, but not so wacky that it's uncontrollable. So Turbo does the next best thing and just takes physics out of the equation completely. You hold accelerate to go forward at one speed and then turn to the direction you want in order to change where your forward is going towards. That is really it. It is so rigid. There's no slipping or sliding, no weight. I feel like I'm racing with a washing pole. The back of the box doesn't lie either. Instead of selling the game to you, it just tells you two things that the game has. You can race, and you can pick a character. Yep, that is all you can do. To be fair, yeah, that is the only two things the game has going for it, but if the back of the box doesn't give a shit, then why should I? Oh, by the way, favorite characters? Oh yes, from the animated classic that everyone remembers so fondly, my favorite characters were Roly Poly and Eyes on a Dick. Supermarket trolleys move with more grace than these things, and I'm not even sure if I'm doing something wrong or if the game is just awful. Maybe it was me? I don't know. Let's try another race. I'll pick Turbo this time, and I'll take my grip down all the way. Maybe that's why in the last race I was as stiff as my nan's arthritis. Let's see then. Okay, so we're coming up to a ramp and...
No. I can do this. It's a kid's game about racing snails. I've got this.
That all you got, garden snail?
No, I'm done. This game is making me way too salty. Which is a good thing, because I can use that salt to cover the snails in it and kill them all!
But Jesus, where do I go from here? Have I hit the bottom of the barrel? Is it only going to get better from here? How do I rinse the taste of a bad kart racer out of my mouth?
Why don't...
Who wants to sit there all on their own playing boring and easy baby games when you can sit there all on your own and watch Bear and the Big Blue Waffle? As such, 102 Dalmatians on the PlayStation, because 101 children wasn't enough and they just had to push one more out. And before anything else happens, we need to address the elephant in the room. This is the most revolting thing I've ever seen in my life. Is that Cruella de Vil or Michael Jackson? Now I don't mind too much, because I really like the disc at least. It's really cute. It's almost like I cut off a slice of a cow and stuck it in the PS2. This menu though? No, I don't like this at all. All of these spots forming in the background make me feel like I'm coming down with bronchitis.
Hey, Domino, what's this?
I found a Skeletor action figure!
Ruined!
Ah! Oh my good god of grapes! I was wrong, that's not Michael Jackson, it's the Tin Man! Cruella looks absolutely horrendous. Why does she have the head shape of a can of beans?
Oh, look, Dipstick.
What did you just call me?
It's coming on the TV right now.
What is? My dipstick?
What can we do, darling?
I'll tell you what we can do.
I'll grab Cruella and shove her in my triangular whistle hole. The voice acting. Screw it, I can't win. Everybody celebrates, Hunter sits on Moneybag's face, and we finally go on a holiday in a lovely final cutscene. It isn't a cutscene. I got you. Dragon Shores is the final level that is literally just a fun fair that rewards you with tickets in order to unlock a theater to watch the game's cutscenes again. Internet. You play a game of water dunking, ride a roller coaster with a cannon to pop balloons, go to a duck shooting gallery, and never question why the biggest enemies from the first game are now welcoming you into a dark room inside a theme park with no one else in it. And you know what? I also really like the little Love Boat tunnel because it taught all the kids that played this game that you can love whoever you want. You can love the gender. You can find love even if you're a smelly, hairy yeti. If that's not your style, you can be on your own. You can have a three-way, what? You can love children, excuse me? And after all of this, if you found every gem and because these games are just so similar that all of the people out there will only pick one or the other for their platforming fix.
But which is better? Well, let's go through this point by point.
Oh god, I can't wait to see what you pull out of your hole here.
Mario has camera motion during gameplay, but Evil only has it during the hands-off cinema scenes.
You can never move the camera in Resident Evil.
Evil has real voices for its characters, but Mario and his friends are mute.
What the hell are you talking about? Mario never shuts up in that game.
Hello! Game over. Ravioli.
Did you play Mario 64, or did you watch the beginning of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Mario doesn't require you to
we go. So I'm finally done reviewing this game. It makes this one look fucking tame. Put your hands together if you wanna slap this fucking jerk for all this crap. TK. Donkey Kong. He's the leader of the bunch. You know him well. This icy maze was utter hell. His coconut gun can fire in spurts, but his shitty aim makes my testes hurt. He's big, faster, and really strong. Oh wait, my bad, that's Donkey Kong. DK. Donkey Kong. DK. Donkey Kong is here. This Kong's got style. So listen up, dudes. She took Dixie's job. And that's just rude. She can float through the air and climb up trees. But every Kong climbs fucking trees. If you choose her, you'll not choose wrong. But she still took a job from Dixie Kong. DK. Donkey Kong. He has no style. He has a quick pace. His hitbox is a fucking disgrace. He can handstand and stretch his arms out, but this rabbit race makes me wanna shout. He fights himself just like a balloon, which means don't Google him, you fucking buffoon. DK. Donkey Kong. DK. Donkey Kong is here. He's back again, and about time too. This dude is a fucking move. He can fly real high with his jetpack on, but the turning weighs a metric ton. He'll make you smile when he plays his tune, but gremlins beware, cause he's known to spoon. DK. Donkey Kong. Finally, he's here for you. What the fuck even is this DK crew? This Kong's so strong, it isn't funny. Dr. Pepper, give me money. He can pick up a boulder with relative ease. I think K. Rool has an eye disease. He may move slow, he can't jump high. He'll still fuck you up, so get ready to die. Come on, Cranky, take it to the fridge. Walnuts, these nuts, pineapple smells. Your ass is cooked, so I'll see you in hell. Walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Wait, what are these lyrics?
Creative possibilities.
It looks like you're out of ideas.
Not quite.
I just wish we could mix it up a little bit, you know, make it a little edgier, you know, then let them have their happy ending.
We are not tipping the scales of good and evil so you can be entertained.
What if we made the 7 dwarves 7 feet tall? And
No way.
what about making Rapunzel go bald?
No.
Another character.
look on every face, but could he trust her? He didn't think so. Something didn't seem quite right. Tell me what's an exobyte on dance ahead. The action made them wreck. He lost his love, maybe now his nightclub. But will Deck get X at the Copa Banana? The hottest spot north of Havana.
Yo, sweet cakes.
You despise me, don't you? La.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're so good. Let's go.
Excuse me,
No.
Where to buy pet Russian dolphin?
Why does no one pay attention to Luigi?
What's 9 plus 10?
21. Why do my farts smell?
Why are you so mean to me?
What the fuck is a son?
Weed, Mount, Legal, NYC.
Hey, you got a license for that?
Let's go.
Just shut the f*** up!
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Wait, merciful Christ! That was easy. Hello! Va bene, sotto pure mette patata prosciutta, dai culo.
Pizza.
Ma tu te la vedo, non te la vedo tutto una macchina pato. Non te la vedo.
Pizza.
Say pizza again! Say pizza again! I dare you! I double dare you, motherfucker! Say pizza one more goddamn time!
Pizza. 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 Pizza.
La.